We could survive that. We could survive that. We could survive it.
Hello and welcome to We Could Survive That, your survival guide to the movies. My name is Jack and today I'm joined by the clone of Chris. It's Chris.
Greetings, everybody. I am Chris 2.0.
And he is attacked. And he's a clone in this Attack of the Clones. See what I did there?
Oh,
it's
done it.
hilarious.
Do you know what? My clown sounded very robotic. I didn't really mean for it to come out like that. It sounded less robotic in my head, but
Less clone, more
less
droid.
clone, more droid, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Not great. Anyway.
Well, you said Attack of the Clones,
Yes.
which, if you don't know, is a Star Wars episode.
Yes.
Specifically, number?
2?
Yes, why do you sound so unsure about that?
I was just... Because it's not really 2. It's actually, 5. Because you've got the
Yes,
original
it's,
trilogy.
oh, alright.
And then episode 1, and then episode 2.
Yeah, but its title is Episode 2. It's the 5th film, but it's Episode 2, okay?
Still very confusing.
No, it's not.
It's like watching a TV program out of order. You wouldn't start with Hannibal. You wouldn't start watching Hannibal with the last 3 episodes and then go back to the first lot.
Have you ever seen a film called Memento? I think it's called Memento. Or
It's Chris Nolan one. This guy
something,
about
yeah.
he's got amnesia or something.
Yeah, short-term
Yeah.
memory loss, and that entire film is played. The scenes are played in reverse order to simulate the experience of short-term memory loss.
Starring the Mandarin.
Yeah.
not oh fuck, what's his name?
Which one? What, the Mandarin from Iron Man?
The fake Mandarin. Ben Kingsley, yeah, not him. The other one, Guy Pearce.
Yeah.
I am the Mandarin.
Guy Pearce was the sort of fake Mandarin as well, really.
No,
If
there
you wanna
was
compare him to
no
the-
real.
There was no real Mandarin.
All right.
No, let's not get back onto that.
No. Let's go to another thing that Disney owns, Star Wars, like you said. Shall we start off with the deaths?
Why did you say another thing Disney owns?
Because Disney owns Star Wars and they own Marvel. Disney own everything.
Disney own Marvel?
Yeah, they
What?
bought Marvel. Did you not know that?
No, when did
They bought Marvel
What?
ages ago. How do you
Disney-
not know this?
Why do I never see the Disney logo at the start of the Marvel films?
Oh no.
So they don't really
bought,
own it.
They bought Marvel Studios, which make all the Marvel movies, and then they bought Lucasfilm.
Yeah, so they don't own Marvel. They own Marvel
No,
Studios.
they don't own Marvel.
Right.
They don't.
You said they brought Marvel.
They bought Marvel Studios.
That make the films. They don't own Marvel. The actual Marvel comics.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. Disney's going to expand out and take everything in, though.
I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this century, Disney own everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they own us.
They own the podcast.
Yeah,
I sold us out
they've
last
bought
week.
everything else, and they just went, "What else can we buy? How about these 2 idiots?"
We'll probably get a pay rise. We'd get paid.
Oh
We'd
my
have
god!
Better recording equipment and everything. Unless they brought the show and then fired us.
Yeah, that sounds about more their speed.
Well, I mean, fire you may. Well, yeah, fire you. I don't think they'd fire me. So,
You're not
this guy-
very Disney friendly though.
I am very
You
Disney
swear
friendly.
a lot.
Says the guy. I haven't sworn at all this episode. You've said the F word already.
Shit.
Oh, there we go. You're right.
There's another one. Okay. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. It starts off with a literal bang. Because there's an explosion.
That was worse.
These are great.
So bad.
I'm just getting better and better. What we think is Padme's ship lands, and as it lands on the loading, well, the helicopter pad basically.
What do you
whatever
mean?
it
What
is.
we think?
Well,
You
what
said
we
what
think
we
is
think.
Padme, but I'll get
Right.
onto
Oh,
it. I'll
okay.
get
Finish
onto
your
it.
sentence. Okay. My bad.
What we think is Padme, one of the pilots goes, "Yeah, we had nothing to worry about." And as he says this, and people are coming up of the ship, then the ship explodes, and there's all fire and everything. And we learn that Padme was flying one of the fighter escort ships, and she goes over to the person that was playing her double, and she's there, and she's dying, and then she dies in Padme's arms. So, yes. Padme's double dies in an explosion.
Does the explosion actually kill her? I don't see any wounds on her body.
Well, she's got a cut above her eye, and she does die.
Yeah, she's got a
Padme's all
cut.
sad. She dies of tuberculosis. What?
Perhaps Coruscant's got like a really, really high disease
Well, I imagine the
infection
air
rate.
is because the whole planet is basically a giant city.
So it's all
maybe
like
the pollution
polluted.
got into the cut and
If you get a
killed
cut,
her.
so if you get a cut on Coruscant, you're dead.
Yeah. No, I would imagine the explosion killed her. And because it's a PG film, they couldn't show her her legs in one place and her head somewhere else.
I'd
So
love to see.
they had to make it nice.
I'd love to see an 18-rated Star Wars film. Like,
Just blasters that blow holes and the heat sets her clothes on fire and they're all running about.
yeah,
Because that's what an actual laser would do. Because it's just heat.
yeah.
It would set you on
do
fire.
Although it would
Ooh.
cauterize the wound like the lightsabers, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it would set your clothes on fire and then you'd be running around on fire. And you'd have a giant hole where your heart would
Why
be,
does
or
nobody
where
get
it's
shot
your
in the
lungs.
head?
'Cause
The one
it's
guy gets
dangerous
his
to
head
put
cut off.
Sparks.
They put a helmet on.
Oh yeah,
him.
we'll come to that bit. You've ruined.
Excellent. All right.
You've ruined the main
I'm gonna let
bit.
you take this one first.
All right, if that job is in the paper, wanted body double may die, but never mind, Padme's still alive. Don't take that job. I'm not sure how they would advertise a job like that, but don't take it. No, it's not a
Pretty
good
sure.
job. Also,
She's probably. Yeah, go on.
check. I don't know what sets off the explosion. I don't know whether it's like a rocket launcher or a bomb on the. I think it's a bomb on the ship. But
Yeah, I think.
double
it's-
check everywhere. Have a look. Make sure
I'm surprised
there are
they've
no
not got
bombs.
some sort of massive scanner they can run, because their technology is pretty advanced.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they don't have like some sort of massive scanner they can just run over the ship quickly. If it was a bomb, why did it wait until the ship had landed?
Dramatic effect.
Oh,
I don't
all right,
know.
yeah, okay. It's a bit weird,
Mm.
but yeah, I mean, really, it's your own fault. You're being a body double for someone who specifically needs a body double because they're
Someone's
under
trying
threat
to
of
kill
assassination.
them.
Yeah.
This is the second time someone's tried to kill her. Because you got Darth Maul in the first one, and now Jango Fett in the second one. Which is just a walking target for people.
Yeah, stop being a double for them.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't
No,
don't
don't be a
volunteer
body
for that.
double, and then you're going to be fine.
Don't look like Natalie Portman, and then you won't be drafted in for this either.
I'd freak out if I looked like my.
Actually, the body double doesn't look that much like her.
She's got all that makeup and stuff on there, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Like
but
the wears.
it wouldn't fool someone if they.
Well, it fooled
like,
them this
got a
time,
picture.
didn't it?
He didn't know that, or she didn't know that.
Precisely
gonna-
because it fooled them. Ah.
He just put a. No, it only fooled them because she was in a different ship.
Well, it fooled them regardless.
If they'd had like a sniper or something, they would have gone with a good zoom lens. They would have gone, hang on, that looks nothing like her."
Nah.
Okay, we had enough of that then. Just don't be employed.
Don't be a
by-
body double, and get your scanning software up to date.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So, next death. Again, someone tries to kill Padme, but this time with some worm things. The great bounty hunter Jango Fett hires another bounty hunter, Zab, to kill Padme.
Is that
With-
a bounty hunter, or is she just a plain old
bounty
assassin?
hunter.
I think
Well,
she's just
Django's meant to be an assassin as well.
No, he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, but what do? They kill people.
No, but they also take people alive. Whereas Zeb or Zab, whatever her name is, the shapeshifter is specifically hired just to kill.
Well, she doesn't do her job properly.
No, she's terrible at her job,
No,
but I'm saying she's
Django-
not a bounty hunter.
Django hires someone to try and kill her, but Zab then uses a droid that uses worms. Why doesn't Django just use the jetpack,
Too risky,
fly up
man.
to the window and just shoot at her?
Cause you gotta try and distance yourself from it. Take care of loose ends, because he kills her afterwards,
Okay,
doesn't he?
hire
So it keeps
Zeb.
hold of the thing.
And just tell her to fly a speeder through Padme's window and crush her
Bail
while
at
she's
the
in
last
bed.
moment.
And then have like a getaway driver zoom up and then pick her up and then fly out. Just something. Not worms, because the worms might just wander off.
Nah, well, I
Might
don't
find
know.
a dark corner and just
The worms,
hide in her slippers or something.
the worms might be trained to do that, or I don't know, man. The worms might be like, oh, we haven't bit anybody in a while.
Well,
Let's go bitey.
Let's go-
They could be genetically engineered, for all we know, to hunt out the nearest source of prey and nibble it.
nibble it to death. I'm
Okay.
going to kill
How
you
do we
with
know-
nibbles.
How do we know these are poisonous worms that are going to bite her
But they're-
anyway?
Trained to kill... What? They're wormy things. They're not the best
Who?
of things.
Who
Get a
says?
droid that drops a tiger in her room and that just mauls her to death. Yeah, maybe.
There is in Star Wars: The Old Republic game. Sorry, Knights of the Old Republic. There's a HK droid, which is an assassin droid, HK.
Hire
So-
that.
They're from the
Instead
Old
of
Republic,
Zeb.
so perhaps they probably get some around. So they're droids specifically designed, for assassination.
Yeah. And there's battle droids as well. that-
Yeah, could just throw a droidica through the window.
Yeah. But a droid worm, yeah. Anyway,
It's all about the worms, though.
it's not about the worms. The worms are rubbish.
The worms are rubbish.
A
Anyway,
Stick a tiger through the window. Okay, so Obi-Wan spots the droid, jumps out a window, and this begins a chase. They're flying after Zeb, and it ends in a nightclub. Obi-Wan goes to the bar, has a drink. Zeb sneaks up behind him with the gun. He chops the gun out of her hand with his lightsaber. They take her outside and question her. And then Jango Fett shoots her with a poison dart and kills Zab, and then Jango flies off with his jetpack. Right, you're Zab.
yeah.
What do you do?
Don't put a gun to a Jedi's back while he's having a drink. Doesn't work in episode 4. Doesn't work in this episode either.
Yeah.
No, you just avoid that.
Obi's a pub brawler, so
I know, he
just-
likes chopping
he
people's
loves bar
arms off in
fights.
fights.
Yeah.
He's always drinking on the job as well.
Exactly.
Bad
At least he-
Obi-Wan.
At least he didn't buy the death sticks from that guy.
No,
He draws the line at drugs. He'll do alcohol.
You see
But
him
he
buying
won't
the
do
sticks.
drugs.
He goes outside. He's out in the alleyway selling them to kids and sort of
Yeah.
thing. Anakin's like, Obi-Wan. He's like, what? Give me
What?
some money on the side. This job pays crap.
It's not
Do
good to
Jedis
be.
get paid?
I don't know.
Where do they stay?
Well, they stay at the Jedi Temple, don't they? Maybe.
Is that where they... I mean, but when they go to other planets and they have to stay in like hotels
B&Bs?
there,
Yeah.
where do they get their credits from?
Maybe they get like an allowance or something.
Oh, well. Right, okay. How to survive this?
Right. No one's guarding the door. Obi-Wan's at the bar. Anakin's wandering around the club trying to find her. Just sneak out the front door the way you'd come in.
Disguise yourself
Because she is a changeling
as
as well.
Yoda.
No, she can change her face between a weird lizardy face and a normal humany face.
Can she not change into other things as well?
I think it's just the two that we see.
That's weird. What a weird thing.
Just walk out the front door.
Yes, I agree with you.
'Cause
Walk out the front door, hire a
smart-
taxi,
Yeah.
go to another bar, have a drink, and think of a way you're going to avoid getting killed by Django.
Well, no, Django only kills her because Anakin shouts, "Oh, who hired you? Tell us now." And she goes, "It was a bounty hunter called and then Django shoots the dart in her neck. Loose ends, Django's covering up his tracks. He also wouldn't have had to do that if he'd just
Yeah, why
got the
didn't he
droid
shoot-
worm thing himself or something.
Why did he not shoot Obi-Wan and Anakin?
He only had one dart or something?
Alright, well,
I don't know.
yeah, shoot Obi-Wan because let's face it, Anakin, he is not disciplined enough to track this person down.
No, yeah.
He hasn't got the right connections. He's just an over-aggressive little dick.
Yeah, he could have killed the Jedi instead. Or maybe it was just easier to take out...
I mean, he's using a dart. He can fire rockets. He's got a huge one on his jab.
Yeah.
Fire that fucker right at all three
Take
of them,
all three of them
and then
out.
boom. Even if
Yeah, but then
Anakin
he's
or
got
Obi-Wan.
Mace Windu on his back, chasing him down.
Why?
Because the Jedi would want revenge. They'd want answers. They'd go,
They don't want
"Who
revenge
blew
though.
up-"
The Jedi would not seek out revenge. That's not their way.
It's kinda.
No, it's not. They don't seek out revenge. If you follow the code, the Jedi code properly, you
Yeah,
don't seek
but
out revenge.
I doubt they would follow it. They'd
Nah.
still be pretty pissed off.
Nah, Yoda would be like, "It's done.
Peace, man.
Let it happen."
Relax.
And he starts smoking his weed again.
He's smoking
I
his
reckon
death
Yoda's
sticks.
high all the time. Yeah. What I would have done is when Django fired it, I would have grabbed like Obi-Wan and Anakin, moved them in front of it.
Well, she doesn't know that it's
Well, she
coming
should know.
either.
She should be trained that to see a small dart fly through the dark air.
Well, no, because she's not very good at bounty hunting.
Well,
or
get
whatever.
better at bounty hunting, bitch.
Django needs to get better at bounty hunting. Otherwise, he would have done it himself. I don't think he gets how it works. You're paid to kill someone. If you then have to pay someone else, you're losing money. He's not great at this business management thing, is he?
Not really, no.
No. He
Although-
definitely shouldn't open a bar.
He hired somebody else just in case it went, south, which it does.
Oh, it goes very south.
So had he not hired somebody else, there's a
And
good
then
chance he would have been
Through
in
the
that
rest
position.
of the film, he doesn't try to kill Padme again. I know Padme goes into hiding, but he doesn't even try to look for her.
Yeah, perhaps the contract gets taken off of her though. They're like, oh, that's too
Django,
close
you
to call.
useless, piss off home.
Well, no, they might be like, oh, this is too close to call. You've nearly found out. Believe it. We'll deal with it another way.
I don't, because it's the Viceroy of the Trade Federation that wants to kill Padme. I don't think
Yeah,
he'd
no,
go,
no, he is.
oh, that's fine.
He's like, no, Django, leave it. We'll deal with it. What we're going to do, we're going to wait until she's wearing some tight white clothes that get ripped, and then we're going to chain her up.
And then we'll feed her to a rat wolf thing.
Yeah, that sounds good, yeah.
That sounds more better.
Pleasing. Yeah,
It makes for a better story anyway than dropping a tiger in a bed chamber.
Alright, so I would have
Gone out through the front
Club,
door,
and then
changed your
pulled one.
face.
Yeah, avoid stealth. Get out of there. Don't try and take on the Jedi.
Yeah, no. Or don't program your droid to drop the worms and then come straight back to you. Because that's basically what leads.
Program it to self-destruct.
Program it to fly through the window and
then
blow up.
blow up. Yeah. Wow.
Damn, this could have
So much easier.
Yeah. They didn't think this through, did they?
They did not.
We would make excellent bounty hunters.
We would.
Okay, the plot moves forward. Anakin and Padme go off to Naboo and have romantic talks and stuff about sand. And yeah, I wound through this bit. I didn't.
Did you?
I'm not sticking around for that. Then Obi-Wan tracks down Django on Kamino. They have a little bit of a fight. It's a good fight. Django could have taken out Obi-Wan a few times, but he doesn't.
He uses the big rocket.
He does use the big rocket, but to very little effect. It just sort of blows him back. But that's a good fight, which Boba didn't pay any attention to. Otherwise, he would have used some of those tricks in Episode 6 to take out Luke. But he doesn't. He's not paying attention. And then Anakin has some bad dreams about his mother, and then he goes to Tatooine and bumps into the Lars family, who own a moisture farm, and they bump into C-3PO, and the gang's back together again. Hooray! And then Anakin goes off to save his mum from the Sand People, but his mum dies of starvation,
dehydration, malnutrition.
Because she's been there a little while
everything,
now.
yeah. I know. She's not in good shape. She's been beaten as well. You can tell she's been hit a few times.
She's been through the ringer.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked to exhaustion and then just dies, I reckon.
Yeah. How do we survive?
Ugh.
The Sand People huts don't look too sturdy, so maybe she could have.
Yeah, but
they
there's
look like
a lot
they're
of
just
sand,
made
there's
out
a lot
of
of sand people
yeah.
with like their dog things. Really, if you think of it, it's Anakin's fault. He waits all this time before he goes visiting her. If he'd visited her a few months earlier, none of this would have happened.
Exactly.
But nah, he buggers off to Coruscant, becomes a Jedi, starts
For
having
10 years.
illegal relations with this lass, and then has a bad dream and thinks, I better go check on my mum.
Right. The thing with the lass, Padme, as she's properly called, that is really weird, because when they're about to go into the arena and be killed, they've not seen each other in 10 years, and the first time they meet up is when Obi-Wan and Anakin are assigned to protect her, and they go, oh, we love each other. They've not seen each other in 10 years, and during the week maybe that they're together whilst Anakin's protecting her, Anakin kills sand people, is really creepy, talks about sand, and just, yeah. And then Padme's like, oh, I really loved you. Yeah. Oh, especially when you were an 11-year-old.
Last time I saw you as a small child.
Yeah.
Now you've turned up and butchered to see all these people.
Yeah.
Take me, Anakin.
I find that really hot when you kill sand people. I don't advise that as a pulling tactic.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Great. So that's really creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
I got a thing for creepy guys.
The love story is not written very well.
No.
Okay. Anakin's mum. Anyway, like an escapey thing that you
don't
could
go out on your
muster up.
own, because she gets taken when she's out on her own picking some sort of thing.
She's picking the mushrooms off the moisture evaporators.
Yeah, that's weird. Right. Those are
Where
probably
it clog up the moisture.
Yeah, but she's not picking them
No,
to
she's
eat
picking
them,
them.
isn't she?
No, she's just picking them off because they're damaging the moisture.
Right, I thought she was going to eat them.
No,
I would say, no, don't eat them.
Don't eat them.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Maybe that's what she did. She ate one, she tripped out, got lost, and then the sand
Wandered
people
off,
found her, yeah.
It's plausible. It could happen.
No one's denying it.
Yes. All right. Don't go out on your own, and hope Anakin turns up sooner. Did you try
Take a
using the
blaster.
Force yourself? Huh?
Yeah.
Did you even bother trying to see if you've got it?
No.
You should have
You
given it a blast.
produced a force-wielding kid. Maybe when she gave birth,
Arguably
all the
one of the most
midichlorians
powerful.
left her.
Shut up about midichlorians.
You don't like midichlorians, do you?
No. Dude, hang on a minute. She had Anakin without a dad. If she was a virgin, this is like copying the Bible at one point.
Yes. Well, there's a fan theory. I was going to save it for when we talked about episode 3, but there's a fan theory that Palpatine is Anakin's dad, and that he was using the Force, just experimenting, seeing if he could replicate Darth Plagueis's power and create life, basically, and the result was Anakin. So that's one fan theory.
Nope.
No, you don't like that.
Nah.
That's fair enough.
Fair enough.
Shall we talk about deaths?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, Sand people.
Sand people. He killed them all, not just the men,
but the women.
and the
the
children,
children.
too. They're
Ah.
animals, and he slaughtered them like animals. There are 2 specifically that are sat at the front guarding Shmi's tent.
Yeah, he kills them when he comes out.
Yeah. Did they not hear him talking to his mum?
Sand people are deaf.
Are they?
They must be.
Then why did they make the sound if no one
Exactly.
can hear them?
Because they're deaf, so they can't speak properly.
What did you say? I said
Okay.
What did you
It's
Does
not that. It's more of a-
mean?
It's not.
What was that?
Is it? It's more of a. No, not that. It's more of a. That's a bird. It's more of a. I can do it in my head, but it's difficult to do the
Okay.
sound out loud. Anyway,
I don't think this is
gang
good
up on
listening.
Anakin. All gang up on Anakin at once. All right, he's not going to be able to defend himself from all of you if you all attack at once.
He's got the Force and a lightsaber.
Yeah, but he's pissed. He's not thinking clearly.
Yeah.
He's gonna be fighting more. You know, he's using anger to fight at the moment, which means his attacks will be more wild. They're not going to be precise. He's not going to be considering all angles of defense and stuff.
To quote Ben Kenobi, "These blaster marks are too precise for sand people." So
All right, use
the
your
sand
sticks
people
then.
aren't very good, but they'll just be chopped in half by
Hang
a
on a minute.
lightsaber.
But wasn't the Empire that shot those blasters?
Exactly. That's
So-
why Obi-Wan goes, "These blasts are too precise for sand
But
people."
The Empire are not precise with their blasters.
Apparently they are when they're shooting a giant rolly thing.
Fair enough. Okay.
It's huge. They'd be fools not to miss it.
Well, all right. Then. Yeah, I'd say all attack at once is probably your best chance. I think if you ran, Anakin might just hunt you down.
Yeah, I don't think any... Well, he killed them all. He slaughtered them like animals.
Yeah. Dick.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Now, come on, man. It's not the Sand People's fault.
Kind of is.
Kind of is, I suppose.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be picking mushrooms. They're their mushrooms. They eat the mushrooms. They were growing the mushrooms on the vapor.
On the moisture
Oh,
evaporator.
God, I can't remember the names. To eat them. And she came and I was like picking them. They were like, nah, it's not
No.
the third time this month. We're going to get her.
Yeah. And the sand people didn't eat her, so from last week's show when I kept saying the pod racers are going to be eaten by the sand people. Yeah.
They just force them into hard labour and then they die of
Yeah.
exhaustion.
That's much worse than
Wow.
being eaten. That's...
Is it?
Yeah. Because it's a slow and lingering death. If they just eat you, like the Ewoks were going to eat Han
Yeah, but-
Solo.
Yeah, I don't think they're
There would
going to
be
eat
much-
him. I don't think the Ewoks are...
They put him on a spit and stuck him over a fire. They were going to
I
eat
don't
him.
think the Ewoks are meat eaters, though.
Where were all the bodies of the stormtroopers they killed? What happened to the bodies?
Well, they burnt them afterwards.
And ate them.
And then
What
played
do you
the
think happened
helmet.
to Anakin? Luke burns him and goes, "This will be nice. I'll cremate him." And then 3 little Ewoks sneak up once the fire's out with knives and forks and eat Anakin's face.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure the Ewoks
That's what the
were gonna
Ewoks
eat
would
them?
do. They wouldn't let it go to waste. Yeah, that's what the Ewoks do.
I always assumed the Ewoks to be vegetarian.
No, they were definitely going to eat Han Solo.
So they ate the stormtroopers.
Yes.
Okay, and then what did Han Solo, Leia, and all that lot eat? Did they eat the stormtroopers as well?
Maybe.
Oh my days.
Maybe the Ewoks didn't tell them.
What, and just served them off a plate of meat?
Yeah. C-3PO didn't ask. what they were cooking, because C-3PO doesn't eat, and then just no more was said.
All right, moving on
Right,
then.
next death. Oh, well, it's not a death, it's a point. The whole saga rests on this point, and that's when Padme's out in hiding with Anakin. She leaves Jar Jar Binks in charge of representing the Naboo people in the Space Parliament. And this is not a good idea, because the Emperor goes, oh no, if only there was someone that could recommend that I have the power to make an army and I'm the supreme leader of the army. Only if there was someone like that here, then I could sort out all these separatists and the droid things. And he says that right in front of Jar Jar, and Jar Jar does a little, maybe Misa could do that. And then he stands up and says, yeah, let's give Chancellor Palpatine all this power, and then everyone goes, yay, yay, that's a great idea.
And the Empire is born. Well done, Jar Jar.
Yeah.
You fucked up hugely.
But this plan rests on one, Jar Jar going, yeah, that would be a really good idea, and two, everyone else in the Space Parliament going, yeah, that would be a really good idea. So it's very...
Evidently, Jar Jar makes a very convincing argument.
Obviously, Jar Jar is more convincing than we give him credit for.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He
could convince us.
If he's so good at convincing them to do that, why don't they send Jar Jar to negotiate with the Separatists?
Nissan, Count Dooku, why are you acting so grumpy?
Oh God, don't do that.
Misa proposed that we be best friends. Force lightning to the face.
Let's power through to the next death before you start going on massive
Jar
rants.
Jar should be a hostage negotiator. What's going on here?
How many hostages would die? The little hostages go, actually, because they just want to kill Jar Jar.
Stop Jar Jar talking, and then we'll let you go. Hooray! We're going home!
Oh, no.
Good old Jar Jar. Okay, do you want to talk about the conveyor belt scene? Because some Geonosians die, they get squished by all the shit that's going on.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really want to talk about it.
I'm going to make a quick point of... There's probably things above them that you could drop on them.
Also, Geonosians can fly. Why are they walking along on the conveyor belt?
Why don't they have, like, explosives?
What do you mean explosives? What on
They don't have grenades or, like, guns or anything. They have, like, these little stick things, don't they?
Well, the Geonosians, they do have guns, but they shoot out, like, little green bits.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, the air
They
thing,
do have guns.
Like, from Minority Report. Yeah, no, perhaps if they swarmed a bit more, I don't know, they could have got in there. Especially after Anakin's lightsaber gets trashed.
Yeah, because he gets his
Definitely,
arms
they
stuck,
could have
doesn't he?
definitely swarmed in there a bit more. I have a point about episode 7. In the trailer, you see, I forgot his name, the new Jedi guy with the blue lightsaber.
Oh, I don't,
Regardless,
his name's,
I think I may have brought this
shut
up
your face.
already.
His name is Finn.
Finn, that's it. I'm pretty sure I've brought this point up already. That's meant to be Anakin's lightsaber he's using,
Yeah.
but it's dark blue. But
So-
yeah, it's light blue when
Well, no,
Luke gets hold of it. Goes green at some point. Don't know if that's a silent lightsaber.
No,
or
because
Luke builds his own one.
Luke builds his own one after he gets his arm chopped off, and Anakin's lightsaber falls down onto the planet which Cloud City is hovering over. So obviously someone there has found it and given it back to Luke at some point for Luke to hand it over to Finn. Are you looking forward to episode 7? Just as a side note, we didn't really talk about it last episode.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for it, actually. I am looking
You
forward to it.
sound enthused by it. Alright, Anakin, Obi-Wan and Padme are reunited in the gladiatorial arena on Geonosis, where they have to fight a rat wolf, a green spider thing, and a red rhino. I'm sorry, I know they have proper names, but I'm just calling them that for simplicity. So, first death in the arena. The rat wolf thing attacks a Geonosian that's riding on its version of a horse thing, a crocodile horse, and it basically eats him.
That's quite easy. Don't get closer and poke it with an electric stick, pissing it off.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, there's no need for it, right? It's already going to attack Padme. You don't need to antagonize
You don't need
it
to
more.
provoke it, exactly. That's not great animal handling.
Yeah,
is
where's
it?
the animal care representatives?
Exactly, where's the RSPCA for these monsters? But Anakin gets vengeance for this Geonosian George the Geonosian, shall we call him?
Please do.
Yes, by riding the Red Rhino into the Rat Wolf and killing it. So you're the Rat Wolf. What do? Pay more attention for Red Rhinos?
I know, it's locked on Padme, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not really paying attention. It should be more aware of its surroundings. I mean, it's a smaller creature in an arena of bigger creatures.
But it is the most violent one. And the Viceroy's probably picked this one out to eat Padme, because he's like, yes. When it claws Padme, he's like, yay.
Yeah, he gets way too excited at that.
Yeah, he's like sniggering. He's like, it's going to happen. She's going to be eaten. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Was he Italian?
Yeah, obviously.
He's Luigi.
It's difficult, really. Just, well, that's evolution, isn't it? Survival of the fittest,
Rhino
really.
beats Rat Wolf.
Rhino beats Rat Wolf. I don't know, one-on-one, I think the Rat Wolf will be more agile and would have got around it, but it was so focused on Padme.
Yeah,
Basically, it should be more aware of its surroundings.
Mm.
Like, when you see like a cat attack a bird, it's like loses focus of its surroundings for a moment. So
you can kick the
can't-
cat.
yeah, so you can't really do anything in that situation.
Yeah,
Difficult.
okay. Why don't the things attack each other?
Train not to, maybe?
Yeah, when they're released. Because they've got to walk a little way before they get to the pillars
Yeah.
where they are.
Trained not to, perhaps. Perhaps they're placed in an arena together, and when they attack each other, they're then
They get zapped.
shocked or something. So
But I don't imagine the
they're
Rat
conditioned
Wolf.
not to fight each other.
But the Rat Wolf doesn't respond
Perhaps
well
they're
to
all
the shock.
natural friends in the wild then. I don't know.
Maybe. Another Geonosian dies in this scene where he charges at Obi-Wan with the big electrical spear thing. Obi-Wan catches the spear, flips the Geonosian over, who lands on the floor and is then stepped on by the green spider thingy. Just don't charge at Obi-Wan.
Again, every Geonosian that's attacked a Jedi so far has died.
Exactly.
Stop attacking a Jedi. You are no match for them. Lightsaber or not, they are superior fighters to you.
Exactly.
As much, I don't care if you can come top of your class and be like, "You look at me, I'm amazing." No, just no. Okay, do not attack a Jedi. Done.
And he ruins the execution as well. Because if they were just going to kill them normally, then they could have done.
God,
but
if
they
just
want to see
attach them-
someone get mauled by a Rat Wolf or speared by a Red Rhino or something, not just be killed by a Geonosian on a horse thing. They ruin the
Yeah,
execution.
he was going to screw it. Perhaps it was his last day.
Yeah, I'm going
He's about to
my
retire
retirement
anyway.
party. I'm going to kill me a Jedi, and it's going to be great. And it wasn't.
You fucked up.
He did indeed. And then all the other Jedi show up, so the Geonosian's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
2 Jedi have been messing stuff up, then a lot more Jedi show up, led by Mace Windu. Hooray! And his purple lightsaber. Do you like his purple lightsaber?
I do. Do you know why he had purple lightsaber?
Because Samuel Jackson wanted to see where he was in the group shots.
That's correct, yes.
It is.
That's it, yeah, that's the reason why.
Exactly.
I'm down with it. I like the purple lightsaber.
You're down with it. Down with the purple lightsaber. Okay, so a number of Jedi are killed. One is shot with a giant Geonosian like cannon thing. He's blown through one of the pillars that Anakin or Obi-Wan or Padme were tied to. So that's quite a big thing. You'd kind of notice if the Geonosians were wheeling one of them out, and I'd try to avoid that, but yeah, it just blows them apart.
Brutal.
Well, not
Pay more
literally.
attention
You
to your
don't see his
surroundings.
arms, but he gets
It's a
flung
shame.
quite
I know.
away.
Jedi, you've got sensors around you. Like, the Force is like going to give you little warnings when danger's approaching. So, heads up.
A big warning. It's a giant cannon.
Well, there you
thing.
go then. What the hell's going on? Perhaps there was so much going on around him, his sensors were like, "Oh my god, there's danger everywhere. I can't give you anything
Holy
specific."
shit!
Run!
It's kicking
Run!
off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, if you're so focused on these dangers, you're going to get hit by something else.
Well, yeah. There's droids shooting about on the ground. There's Geonosians flying everywhere. I think the spider thing's still walking about as well during the battle, so you got to worry about that. And the Red Rhino is still running about as well, so you got to be careful.
No, they just get a bit excited, really, and you lose focus.
Yeah. Oh, look at all this stuff happening. It's
Perhaps it
great.
wasn't even Jedi still in training. Maybe
It
he started
could be,
really
yeah.
late,
Yeah.
like really late,
Or
2
no,
days
maybe,
ago.
Maybe he's just not very good.
He's a crap Jedi. He's
He's
got the
not
Force,
council
but
level.
he's not a good Jedi. He's not an apprentice, but he's nowhere near a master.
Speaking of a Master Jedi, Coleman Trebor, he's like got a dinosaur head and he's on the council. He fancies his chances against Count Dooku. He jumps up onto like the overseeing bit where Dooku is, pulls his lightsaber out, turns it on, and then is shot a couple of times by Jango Fett, who then does a cool gun spin thing and puts his gun back in his pocket or in his holster. That's quite cool. But poor Coleman.
It's quite simple. You force jump up, and as you're sailing over Count Dooku, you use the force to rip his bloody head off.
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku's head, you rip it off using the force while
Count
giving the
Dooku's
bird to Jango, and then continue over the spiral and land.
But then Jango would still shoot you.
Nah, because Jango would be like,
Dooku's just watching the battle and he's not got his lightsaber out or anything. It's Jango you got to be worried about at the moment because he's the one that's armed and dangerous. I'm sure if you jumped over and killed Jango, Dooku would pull out his saber and start attacking.
Alright, jump over and force pull both the heads off. Save Mace Windu chopping off Jango's anyway. You know what you do. You force jump over, you lightsaber throw towards Jango's backpack and you hit his rocket. It detonates.
No, you cut him in half with a lightsaber.
You hit the rocket, it explodes.
No, but his head is in the way. Take his head off.
Okay, you jump over with a grenade and just throw it down and let it blow up.
Jedi don't use grenades.
My Jedi does.
Coleman don't use a grenade. Also, when he jump up with your lightsaber already turned on.
Yeah,
chop
why has he got it
Dooku's
off?
head off, and then
Deflect the shots.
the lightsaber. The blaster
I still
blast.
think jump over and use the force like to rip them to shreds.
No lightsaber already on and kill Dooku that way. And Jango. Because Jango's not very good. As we're about to see now as he fancies his chances against Mace Windu. He sees Mace Windu's just been knocked down by the Red Rhino thing. Jango goes, "Oh, I like his lightsaber." Flies into the battle. Goes to grab Mace Windu's lightsaber. Mace Windu uses the force, brings it back to him. Then the Red Rhino charges at Jango, breaks his jetpack, so it can't fly anymore and there are sparks flying at it. Mace runs at Jango, and Django's all like, "Holy shit," starts shooting at him. Mace is just blocking them, then knocks the gun out of his hand and then decapitates him. And poor Boba sees this. Don't get in close to a Jedi.
No, we've been over this.
Definitely. If you're going to get involved in the battle, you've got a jetpack, just fly and start blasting them from up above.
I don't think it's prolonged and like continuous flight. Because
It's
normally when the jetpack's like displayed in the games, it's like
just a jump
a
thing.
boost thing. I don't
But
think.
when he uses it in Coruscant, he flies and he's got a direction to it. So
Yeah, but you don't know. It goes out of shot, then he might land again.
goes up and then same shot. Ah!
And falls, plummets. Yeah.
No, I reckon he's got more time on it than we think.
Right.
Or he just could have started shooting people from his vantage point with Dooku.
Yeah, he's got. They said he should have mini missiles that he can fire. He's got big missiles. Get more missiles! Right, your blasters are useless at this point.
Or just don't join the battle.
Why
You're a
did
bounty
you try and
hunter,
grab? Yeah.
not a soldier.
Why did you try and grab Windu's lightsaber?
I
Why?
don't know.
What the hell was that all
Maybe
about?
he thought it would make a nice present for Boba.
Yeah, maybe.
He's just killed Coleman, so why don't you fly down to
'Cause
his
Coleman-
corpse and then
Oh,
pick
yeah.
up his lightsaber and then fly back up to Dooku and go, "Here, Boba."
Because he hasn't got enough fuel to get down and back up again.
He must
But he
do.
goes down anyway, doesn't he? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
don't know, man.
I think he thinks this will be great. I'll take his lightsaber and that will show him, and then
Just
he'll
show
just
him up. Yeah.
float,
All right.
fly back up. But yeah, that doesn't come to fruition, does it?
No.
Django?
I mean, that's another thing as well. When you got a Jedi run towards you and you're shooting with a single blaster at quite a slow rate of fire and he's
Yeah.
deflecting it all, that should be a warning that this guy's going to get to you.
And
Run!
he's gonna
Just
kill
run
you.
away, turn and run.
But then Mace Windu's just gonna chase him down.
That's fine.
Get
Keep
back
running.
here, you
And
little
Windu
prick.
starts chasing you around the arena. Run towards some droids.
That, and I think Django's armor would weigh him down, so he wouldn't be able to outrun him.
Crap
That-
armor that is anyway.
and Mace could like force jump to him or use force speed or force pull or something. So I don't think he can outrun him.
Flamethrower.
He
The
does.
lightsaber
He does
can't
try to
deflect
use
a
that.
flamethrower.
He does. I think he uses that to scare off Mace in the first place, and Mace jumps down into the arena. So he might have ran out of fuel on that one.
Oh, for goodness sake.
He's used
Save
all
the
his
flamethrower.
tricks. Don't join the battle. Is my advice to you, Django.
I agree with you.
Yes. Should we move on from that? Django's a bit of a lost cause. Should be less of an idiot.
Pretty much.
Anakin and Obi-Wan picked up by the clone troopers. It's probably a good thing that Django wasn't alive because he'd see himself. Would he shoot at himself? Because he's a clone.
Yeah.
The clones are working for the Republic.
Yeah.
Would they try and shoot him?
Yes.
So he's trying to
Yeah,
kill
because
himself.
they follow orders, without question.
If a clone killed Django,
They wouldn't die.
would it be
No.
suicide?
No.
Because he's
No.
shooting at himself?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be suicide because it's a clone of him, but they're not the same person.
But they are.
No, they're not. They look the same, but they would have
They
been raised.
sound the same.
Look and sound the same, but they wouldn't act the same because they've been raised differently.
Moving on. So the clones pick up Anakin and Obi-Wan and they give chase to Count Dooku, who's about to make his escape. They catch up with him in Dooku's hangar, and then the clones that drop them off are about to fly off but are then taken out by Dooku's bodyguards, and they all blow up. I think some of them should have jumped off with them, and then they would have been saved, but the pilot and the guys that operate the ball laser things wouldn't have been able to get out in time.
Why don't they have any shields?
Well, no, because they have to be able to get in and out quite quickly, and if they've got shields, then
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to get in and out
Nah,
quick.
because people can pass through shields.
That
It's just
and
deflects
these
weapons.
and these ships, I don't think go into space because they've got holes and things on them.
I
I know they go into
dispute
space
that.
on the Battlefront
Battlefront
game,
2, we fly them in
but
space.
we never see them in the films in space, and they wouldn't be very good in the space because they've got the holes and things, so they wouldn't be airtight. So I think these aren't designed for space travel, is what I'm trying to say. So they wouldn't
Right,
need,
okay.
or they wouldn't have.
But they're
like,
designed for
shield
close quarters
generators.
combat.
Or like aerial assaults. And
Yeah,
stuff.
so they should have shields.
But maybe they're not heavy enough. Well, no, it's for getting in and out quickly. Otherwise, they've opened the doors, and then the pilot's got to turn off the shields.
no,
and at this point,
no.
Gary's walked into the shields and fallen over, and he's looked like a prick.
No, that doesn't want to happen. The shields deflect laser blasts and stuff. People can still
Well,
walk
then
through
if they're
them.
trying to shoot out while they're in, then they shoot. The bullet
That
bounces
doesn't
back
happen,
into
though.
them.
No,
Well,
that
it does
doesn't
if
work
that's
like
what
that.
they're doing.
Right,
If
no.
they're in the ship and they're
No,
shooting
no,
out
no.
the ship, it bounces and just kills them all.
Get shields.
No, because you'll die.
They die without the shields.
Shields are a bad idea. Okay, what do you do? Just fly away?
Fly away, get out with the Jedi, jump out. They weren't that high off the ground. Dive into the... Padme falls out and survives it, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You can dive out into the sand as well.
Yeah, I think that just about sums it up. Anakin loses his arm. Obi-Wan gets some sweet war scars on his leg and an arm. And then Yoda shows up and fights Count Dooku. And yeah, just fends him off and Dooku runs away. Now, the internet are not happy that Yoda had a lightsaber. What are your thoughts on this?
Yoda is a Jedi. Despite that, he's head of the Jedi Council.
Mm.
Why the fuck would he not have a lightsaber?
Right. In episode 4...
He doesn't have his lightsaber.
No, in episode 5, sorry.
Mhm.
He basically goes to Luke, it doesn't matter how hench you are, because the Force is much more stronger than any lightsaber or any amount of steroids you can do, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right, yeah.
So Yoda should be above using a lightsaber. So his ability with the Force should be so much stronger. So if Dooku comes at him with a lightsaber, Yoda could just click his fingers and the lightsaber flies out of his hand, or he can pull his eyes out with the Force or something like that. Something
No.
weird. Or
No,
just
no.
snap Dooku's back or
I
something.
mean, Yoda has a green lightsaber to represent the fact that, he's a stronger Force
Yeah.
user. But you still have a lightsaber. You would carry a lightsaber around with him because it's just part of the Jedi get-up.
Also, the lightsaber that Yoda carries around is the lightsaber for children.
Yeah, because he's small.
I know, and also, I know he does the flips and stuff, but still, in any fight, Yoda is at a huge disadvantage.
Or evidently not.
Height-wise and reach-wise.
Yes, that's why he does the flips to get in close. Okay, there is no reason
Yeah,
why
but
Yoda should
if
not have a
he gets
lightsaber.
really dizzy, then he
doesn't get
loses
dizzy,
where
obviously.
he goes. Yes, because he does all the spins and stuff. If he
His
does that for long
species
enough...
might be fine with that, though. You don't know how his species work with dizziness or anything. He could be completely fine with that. Get off Yoda's back. He has a lightsaber. He deserves a lightsaber. He will keep his lightsaber
Until the Emperor
until
gets
he
rid of
dies.
it, yeah.
Until he loses it. Then, smallest lightsaber in history? Is there a
Maybe the
smaller
kids'
lightsaber?
ones are bigger, I don't know. Oh. If you want to argue with us, you can do so, but not in real life, because we'd just walk away. So do it on the internet where we can't run away. Email us at wecouldssurvivethat@gmail.com or tweet us We Could Survive. Or tweet Chris, because he's head of social media.
The Twitter account.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not actually head of, although you do the YouTube account, so how am I head of social media? I'm head of the Twitter account.
You're head of the Twitter. You're chief executive of Twitter.
Excellent.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Chris, end the show.
You have been listening to We Could Survive That, your weekly survival guide to the movies. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Until then, please keep on surviving. Goodbye.